How's your pits today, Dan?
Oh man, they're
How
not
are the
good.
pits?
Pits
Wait,
are never good.
are they moist?
I don't ever use antiperspirant or deodorant for that matter.
Really?
I haven't
No.
used deodorant in
That's weird.
I haven't used
yeah.
deodorant since I was like 23 or 24 years old.
So 2
Wait, are you-
years.
And
You're-
I swear to God,
You're being. This is a bit.
it's not a bit. This is 100%.
Is this a bit?
He went
This
on.
is 100% for real.
He went on tour
And
with
guess what?
Ozzy.
No,
and
no,
never again.
No, and how long have you known me, Josh? And you've never thought I had a stinky problem.
Well, I've never,
but now,
got in
now
there.
you're gonna think about it.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna be.
dude, if you're afraid that because I've never used deodorant,
Wait, you
before,
seriously
like,
don't? Use
but
I don't
deodorant?
use it.
You
I
know,
don't
I've
use it.
noticed
I
that-
used to use it. I don't use it.
I've
anymore.
noticed that
Wait, are you-
Josh,
no
though, is
joke.
I know I do not use deodorant or antiperspirant.
he's pretty much a
Zero.
fist bump guy and not a chest bump guy. And I remember when you guys first met, you were guys like, we're always about chest bumps.
Yeah, you're
so you've really evolved now to just fist bumps.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like distance daps. It's like,
Ooh, yeah, it's like.
yeah. And so you're not even touching really.
Well,
Mhm.
So you might want to think about it. And you know what?
I don't want
Yeah.
it.
You know
I
what's
don't-
great?
I
I've
don't
noticed.
want it,
I've
and
noticed that
I don't
Danny
want it,
never
and I-
complains about not getting a seat on the train.
I don't.
He's always like, yeah, man, I got
Guys.
a seat on the train, and actually, no one actually came into my
You know what?
swinging envelope.
You know what? Here's the deal. Here, you Josh all you
Josh
want,
and me.
but Josh
know.
is the one
That's
right
actually-
here.
We're
that
gonna
phrase.
we're gonna
You hate
we're
that?
gonna be
You hate
joshing
that?
for a full
hate it.
60 minutes
We
today.
will be joshing for a full 60 minutes, but because he is so dumbfounded that I don't wear that shit, I
Why?
feel like because it's not good for you, man.
No, but I wear the like the Toms, which I guess is kind of like wearing nothing.
I mean,
What do you wear?
Like the
what do you wear?
sneaker? Like
Mike?
the sneakers?
No, the the toothpaste.
I just
wear the
don't think it's
Allbirds.
good. I don't think it's good to
Dude,
wipe shit over
have
your
the
lymph
Allbirds?
nodes, bro.
What's that?
I don't think
You
it's
don't
good to be
repeat it 'cause
wiping
of-
anything.
No.
I,
worth it.
I wear Allbirds antiperspirant pads underneath my arms. They're just wool sponges.
pads?
Yeah,
they're
that's
just wool.
okay.
They're
Pit
just
pads.
wool sponges that
okay.
you change. I actually have 7 of them, so I just change them once a week.
Have
and,
you? Did you all ever do in middle school? Get the old what is it from the bathroom
the Xerox machine, the
and you'd
toilet
put
paper
it,
tube?
Yeah, and you'd like put it under your armpits so that you didn't sweat on your.
Wait,
just
just put
Danny.
the actual toilet paper,
The cardboard.
roll?
Or
the
just
cardboard
like
roll.
the
like
card,
a wad.
No.
Yeah, like
Like
the
a
wad.
wad.
Yeah.
No,
I've-
no wads. No wads.
I've used paper towels before.
Dan's
for
like
sure.
Dan's like I've used paper towels, vellum,
I only said one thing, Mike. You can't.
mimeograph.
If I had said one more, then you could go into that joke.
Yeah.
But I just said one. I've used paper towels,
toilet paper,
and I've wiped my armpits with my own, shirts before.
take home
probably.
assignments,
Every single test I failed, I stuck in my armpit.
papers I
feel
got an
like
F on.
I feel like I'm looking at you through the like. I feel like I can only. Like,
Yeah, we're in a. It's
I don't know
it's
how
a
to-
little
For the
fucking-
listener,
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
legacy.
if you can, can you?
Ooh,
No, don't
can't-
slouch like that. But
no, it's like you guys
Yeah,
are.
no, I feel
it's
like
like you guys are working in the
that's so
construction
much.
yards
That
of
is
Singapore.
so much better.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah,
You know, it's so
This feels
it's
good.
so good.
I'm
I
not
wanna,
longing for you anymore.
This feels good.
Let's go revisit that before we do that. Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Dandy Tamborelli,
Hi there.
and to his right, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
I'm just here for the fun.
That's right. And our guest for the entire hour, you know him, you love him, Mr. Josh Lay. How are you,
I'm
Josh?
doing good. You guys know
Welcome.
me. You love me.
I know
I'm
you.
old
I love you.
Greg. That
I
right?
don't-
That was kind of the.
Greg, that was
yeah.
you. No,
I'm really coming out the gates hot
we
with
found-
with an old Greg reference from.
Mighty Boosh.
We
Yes.
did it.
It's the best- it's one of the best sketches of all
We
time.
did a convention with the Mighty Boosh.
We
Oh,
met a
yeah.
couple of people from Mighty Boosh. They're really nice.
Were they super nice?
Yes,
You know
they
what
were.
though? Do you?
Good photographers.
Good
I'm a huge
photographers, yeah.
fan of that sketch. But once I started looking at the other sketches, I was like, oh, that the bar was set way too high.
Somebody. Somebody.
Shots fired.
Not shut. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, it
Am I alone here?
happens.
Do you all agree?
I
mean,
Somebody came to that
didn't watch a lot
con
of it.
dressed as old Greg.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I've seen
They
them.
really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they look like old Greg?
they did look like old Greg. It was.
All right, guys. Well, that's
it
been
was
the
a late-
podcast.
That's it. Now with video.
It was a lady, and they were hanging out all night.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
know what I mean.
Yeah, it's got a mangina. That's the.
Is that what
That's
that
the bit.
meant?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah.
Not
this
having
is-
been there. You sound southern. I was. Are you from the South, Josh?
I am from the South.
We were in Pensacola, and this was the furthest south I had been for a comic book convention.
Yeah.
Right?
You guys hate the South, right?
No.
No.
I had Whataburger.
Oh, yeah, that's not-
Whataburger.
I had
That's like
Whataburger.
Where did Whataburger start? I don't think that's up. That's
Texas?
I don't know, Wisconsin.
I think it's Texas. I think you're
What?
right because everything's on Texas toast.
Yeah, and
First
Texas,
fact check
Texas-
episode.
One of
I
the
feel like-
first checks against them when we went to that place, and I like dipped and went to a Jimmy John's.
yeah,
That's also called Tamborelli's Folly.
Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Is that the- is that-
Tamborelli's Folly.
Mhm.
It's very funny.
Anyway, you were saying you're
Yeah,
being from the South.
yeah, being from the South. Yeah, that's it. I love it, but it's a love hate. It's a love hate.
How long have you been out of the South now?
13 years.
Hmm.
Some people say, I guess, that I don't have a Southern accent, but I think it's very clear. What do you guys?
It's very
Right?
clear.
It's very clear, right? Some
It's
people say,
very clear.
you know what I get from
Are you
like,
Canadian?
some people? I get Australia. People are like, oh, are you from Australia?
Oh my!
And I'm like,
Really?
yeah,
From
I
a
get it all the
Southern
time.
accent?
I think
I get
it's
it
the
all the
beard
time.
for the listener. Josh is sporting like a beard so
Yeah.
Australian. The only way it could be more Australian is if you put a fried egg on it and charge $1.99 more.
Oh yeah. Wait, do Australians have
Wow,
beards?
is that like an Outback thing? They charge you $3 for an egg? To
No,
put on
actually,
their
I just
steak?
heard Five Leaves over by me has a really good burger, and then you can put a fried egg on the burger, and that's
$1.
that's
It's
supposed,
$2?
That's supposed to be Australian. No,
$2?
probably for 20.
Yeah, because I was like,
$5.
$2 actually to put an
pretty
egg
good
on. It's like
deal.
a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good deal, boys.
$2 is just
Wholesale
to watch
on
the
that
chicken.
egg, man.
$2 just to watch the chicken.
Oh yeah.
Whataburger founded Corpus Christi, Texas.
Thank you.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah,
Well done.
first fact check of the day.
Yeah.
Speaking of Texas, I don't think we've gotten your input on when you guys did the Pete and Pete thing in Austin.
Austin escapades.
geez.
Yeah.
Man,
This is like
I-
the Rashomon of Austin.
that was such a fun time.
So fun.
I was very impressed with the amount that Danny could drink, and then get up and do anything.
Yeah.
anything. Let alone
That's our Dan.
panel full. It was a full shoot day, right, Mike? It was.
It's almost like-
very,
it was,
very.
it was
full,
like- I think
very
Mike, I had-
full shoot
It's almost
day.
like it's almost like you're making like I was Vegeta doing all these like cool moves and raising up my power level, and then Dan was just like, I'm wearing weighted clothing and took all this weighted clothing off all of a sudden. Like I've been working hungover all day. My comedy is much better.
No, I think Mike. Actually, I was.
We had a good time.
we
had
had
a
to
really
dip
good.
out.
We had a
I'm
really
sorry,
good
because
time.
like I mean, I feel like even when you gracefully bowed out,
Oh Lord.
we were. It's not like the party hadn't started. I mean, we were already getting in there when you left, which I thought was very professional.
I was
Seeing as how
surrounded by
there's a lot of careers weighing on this.
surrounded by food
money.
trucks, I knew
Yeah.
it was just time to go lie down.
But it was the best time. It was so fun.
Okay, good night. We'll see you later. Bye. Meet you in the lobby in 10.
Yeah, we pulled that move. How many? I think
I think every night we
Yeah.
were there.
I actually got feedback when I got back to the office, not about the shoot. How how are the
We've
this
looked
I
at
wanna
the
hear.
we looked at the timestamp on your corporate credit card spending, and
Oh, yeah.
it seems that every time you it seems that every time you sent an email that said goodnight, you spent a lot at the bar, like 2 hours after that.
Oh yeah, it was a. Let me tell you. I don't know. Can I say it doesn't matter? I don't work for them anymore.
Yeah.
Go
Go for it, man.
When I was doing
I don't
it,
either.
When I was doing, yeah, okay. Cheers to that.
Hey, yeah, we should be thanking Josh for
Yeah,
getting
May
us out of
any-
Pete and Pete
May
reunion.
3.
Anytime, guys. Listen, anytime. When I was doing expenses, I had to. There's multiple dinners, and it was like, oh, how am I gonna write off this bar? Oh, and then we went to another bar at an hour later. Oh, I was like, another bar. I was like, let's see. I was like, snacks for talent.
Yeah, there you go.
We had a dinner. Then Mike, of course, had to have dinner. Danny had dinner. Mike had
Oh
dinner.
yeah, I couldn't eat at the same place that he could.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, because Mike got there a little later, so we had to like last minute, you know.
Dan's everything had gluten. I didn't want any.
Yeah, so I had to get pretty creative with expenses. But my boss said, she was like, not about it wasn't about the shoot. She was like, why didn't you hang out with us? And I was like, well, I was getting drunk with Danny and Mike, but I was like, I was just trying to study and get ready for the big shoot, and I just wanted to like some alone time.
You're doing some serious directing. Man.
Yeah.
I like how you so selflessly threw yourself under the bus.
It's called a
Yeah.
self-busing.
Yeah,
You know,
self-bus.
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 Look, I just wanted to get because you were
Yeah.
doing more than your title.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I kind of got.
How many titles did you have, do you think?
Well, I only had one title.
Okay.
Yeah, you normally, had one title.
You usually got one thing.
let
In
me put it
corporate
this way.
America, Jeremy,
I
that's
think
what
you
happens.
should tell them if
Let me
I
put it this
food,
way. Josh
I'm
had
the
to
craft
bring
service guy.
Josh had to bring a separate suitcase for all the hats he was wearing
Oh,
on
yeah.
this production. He separate suitcase
Yeah.
for so many
That's
hats.
always a great one. That's a great visual. You can always visualize
Yeah,
the box of different hats
Different
that you
hats
And
actually
then
have.
opening the suitcase.
Bowler hat,
Right.
Yeah.
cowboy hat,
No, but one's a
Cubs
director,
hat.
one's a
Ooh.
producer.
Bears hat.
You know what? I'll just wear the sweatshirt.
The Cubs
and
hat
the
is the Cubs hat is fine.
Yeah,
It's
for the
top.
listener,
Yeah.
Josh rolled in today with 2 different Chicago sports teams
Yeah.
on his body.
Yep.
Do you agree with that, or do you think that's too much?
Yeah, why
I think
Chicago?
it's too much.
Tennessee.
Vote now
yeah.
by pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. So my dad grew up in Chicago. So growing up in Tennessee, WGN was the only thing on TV. So you either watch the Cubs or you didn't watch.
You
Right.
listen to Harry Carey?
Oh yeah, come on, he's the best. I actually met my dad and I went to a little Cubs game and met Chip Carey and what was the other guy's name? The other announcer with Harry,
Vince Scully?
Steve something. Steve, no,
Asshole.
What? They're contemporary.
not-
They're contemporaries,
Yes.
not
Yeah,
both
yeah,
in
yeah,
Chicago.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
both in Chicago. I'm sorry.
Anywho, well, you met him too.
Yeah,
I bet
and-
he was cool.
yeah, he's cool. I don't know. That's not
Jerry
really a great
Springer?
story, except that my dad got the surf and turf, and he's like, "Man, I get this surf and turf," and it ended up being $86.
Whoa.
And I was like, he's like, "Man, I ain't giving it away," and I was like, "Nope," and I'm paying for it. So
I hope you ate it
cheers,
all.
Dad. Yeah.
You ate it all? Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was great. So Harry Carey's $86 surf and turf.
Your
Harry
dad
Carey.
voice has got a hardcore drawl. Is your
Yeah, oh, yeah,
pop's
he's-
got a pretty
yeah, my-
thick.
Yeah, he's. I don't know how to talk in real life because I think growing up around
Those
my
are your
dad,
examples.
like I always say, what do I say wrong all the time? I say we should have went, and my wife's always like, you should have gone. We should have gone, and I was like, well, we should have went over there.
Are you passing this on to your kids as well?
I don't know. Hopefully, my kids won't go to Tennessee public schools,
Oh, Lord.
so they'll hopefully get some sort of education.
You think
unlike
about
myself.
Brooklyn public schools instead, or
I don't know. How are Brooklyn public schools?
I'm told they're good. I mean, I went to
Because where you're where are you from?
I start in Brooklyn. I started at a public school and then went to a public school in Queens. They both were functional. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? 10 fingers, 10 toes.
Yeah.
Look at
that's
him
what's normal.
now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what's
look-
normal about us. That's what's normal about
yeah.
us.
As long as all the kids have all their extremities, then
I-
it's like A+.
I just worked outside my old high school on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, and it looked like the same guy who the Delicioso Coco Helado guy. It looked like the same guy was working the same block as, and I was taken back in time. Surely, as if you heard the Sega
Oh, come on.
song when you turned
Sega.
on when you turned
was-
on your
yeah.
That
I feel like
type
that was
of
a
thing.
little high, right? It's like
Who was flat? Who was flat?
Sega.
that's way too
Let's take
low.
it. Jeremy, take it from the top. Let's do the reggae.
Sega.
Jeremy, let's do the
Yeah.
reggae one.
Sega.
Sega.
Oh, that's
Sega.
I see.
Boy, that was.
But
Sega.
I was taken back in time, and I
Yeah.
swear that it's the same Delicioso Coco Helado man selling,
Delicioso.
Because wait, did
scraping
you, 'cause
the
did you
same
all,
ices.
when you all were doing Pete and Pete, did they like?
We still went
did
to
you
regular school.
Yeah,
I
they
still-
didn't have like.
I still
the-
failed. I still failed regular public school classes. Yes,
Right,
I did too.
you did too. So you
Jeremy
didn't have like
did
a
too,
teacher
but he
on.
didn't have the excuse
on
of being
set
in
or
the
anything.
show.
No, we had tutored on set. Yeah.
Yeah,
It just was
what
useless.
was that? Was that? I mean,
They tried.
right? Because it's
Mama
like what
tried.
are they?
Mama tried.
You're a couple kids on set
Being-
getting whatever you
being
want. They're like,
tutored-
but now homework, boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you have
Take
to-
this
you have to
fistful
get
of
20 minutes.
Twizzlers and then
Yeah.
go study.
They
Yeah,
give
come
you
on.
they give you like blocks. If you don't get 20 minutes at least, you can't log it.
It didn't count.
So sometimes you'd go in there for like 15 minutes and like, all right, we're
get
up,
back here.
ready
Yeah,
in."
we got to shoot
Like,
another
fuck.
scene, and you just be like, it'd be like
It'd be like, I just did
bulimia
work,
of learning.
man. I
you would
still
just
got
have
to
to
do
purge.
another
you'd have to-
15 minutes again.
you'd have
20
to-
minutes.
You'd have to purge all that knowledge that you just learned the last 15 minutes because it didn't count.
So you,
Right.
but you would seriously, if it was 15 minutes, it was like, hey guys, we got to pick
Yeah.
up the
Yeah.
shot. They'd be like,
But
oh,
first-
so close.
Sometimes they
first to the
pull.
vomitorium.
They usually try to pull for that extra 5 minutes so they get the 20 because it's only in their best interest. Because if we don't get 3 hours a day,
Right.
I think what
if
was
we
it?
don't get 3 hours a day,
Geraldine
they get,
Laybourne got arrested,
you know,
right? That was what
scolded
happened.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody went to jail.
Yeah, Jerry Laybourne, right?
Uh,
We
Wow.
were forced.
no big deal though.
That's See, I mean, you didn't. I bet
I didn't have a problem
no
with
one
it.
learns anything, right? In
No,
public,
you
like,
learn. Well,
they told my teachers to fail me senior year, and 80% of them complied, but 20% didn't.
Nice.
I had a good guidance counselor that, because there are state laws about how many days kids could physically miss school.
Oh yeah.
This was
Right?
passed.
That's
back-
like,
This was
I mean,
passed
it was
back
a
in the
real-
cholera epic days. You know what I mean? When kids could,
No, but I mean, it was like a state thing. Like, you couldn't complete
right.
8th grade if you didn't at least go to school
150
100
out
and
of
something days.
out of
Yeah.
180.
Right.
So was that? I mean, did you all run against that? Where it was like,
yeah, a lot of it was like because public schools, like they
Right.
had there's a place in New York called PCS, which is Professional Children's School. So they're like able to like they
Imagine
take like kids who are actors and they're like, oh, cool, just a bunch of entertaining kids. Like, let's put them all together in a school and they can they'll handle everything. So then it's not like a thing. It's like a private school, and also they're making money.
Imagine
off of it.
the end of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where he's like, Mr. Spicoli, by my calculations, you've taken up 8 hours of my class time. Now I'm going to get it all back.
mm.
And just imagine.
And that's that.
Imagine Danny, like,
yeah.
totally high,
Mhm.
making up for all his New Jersey required state time.
That's
Oh, God.
Is there a movie?
Hey,
like that?
I had more.
feel like
I
that's
had
like a-
more Saturday detentions than when I graduated high school than I did have Saturdays available.
Mm.
Not something you want to
Yeah.
brag about.
That's
is it?
fine
Yeah.
with me. I don't care. And a lot of that
Yeah.
has to do with the fact that I was tutored and I get done with all my work. When I be done with all my work, like
Humble brag.
no,
Sounds like
that was a.
it's not a humble brag.
Was it even humble?
Think about it.
Yeah.
No,
Mm.
just
Don't-
think about it. When
don't
you have
pull a
one-on-one
muscle.
okay. When you have one-on-one tutoring,
Mm-hmm.
you learn faster than 1 in 25 or
Like-
1 in 30.
like when Goku and Gohan would go train in the hyperbolic
He
time
does this all
chamber
the time.
Mm.
to get
Fucking Dragon
to get
Ball
strong
Z.
to
I don't
battle
get it.
Cell.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
I used to watch Dragon Ball
I'm
Z.
saying every day is a year in the hyperbolic time chamber.
God, it's
Do you
just-
still watch?
It's the worst.
Not in a long time.
Is it like? Is it
not in a long
are they-
time? It's
are-
just up here.
Is there new episodes coming out?
I don't know.
Does anyone care?
Don't
Who
know.
fucking
I
cares?
think they have enough.
There's
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
We're good.
Movies
Yeah.
still come out.
There's-
Movies come out.
Yeah.
No.
you-
Wait,
yeah.
there's Dragon Ball Z movies.
Yeah, movies have come out lately.
Dude, at every
Is there a real
at
life?
every convention that we go to, we see like
Battle of the
people
Gods.
selling like
There's
everything
There's new video
Dragon
games.
Ball Z.
Mm.
You could fill up this entire room with like
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
zines and videos and
Zines.
VHSs.
Now there's a.
Mm.
That's the underworld, the zine world.
Back in my punk rock days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys, do you
used
have a
to love
zine?
zines.
Why
Do you
just-
guys have a zine?
You wouldn't see Jeremy without a few like staple wounds from making his own zines.
His own
He's all
zine.
yeah.
Oh, he used
Jeremy
staple.
would.
Some people don't even. Some people just like fold it in there. You know, they like.
I was lucky enough to get a little underground zine action. In
Oh
the,
yeah.
In the '90s, surely as
course
when
you
would
did.
when you would turn on a video game from your Genesis, it would say
Were you wearing your knee-high Doc
Sega.
Martens?
Oh, it
Mhm.
didn't work again. I was wearing my 20-hole blue
Yeah.
Doc Martens.
He had Doc Martens.
They were
that
not
went up to
practical.
his knee.
They were not
very
They're not practical.
impractical.
Mm,
How do you-
yeah.
How do you guys feel about white supremacists taking all the Doc Martin love?
They should die.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I feel like that's their look now. There's been a whole thing going around
What?
about how to spot
What do you mean?
white
What-
supremacists.
Wait.
What are you on like a parent?
No.
Are
Is
you
that
on like
true?
a parents?
Yeah, it's
This
true.
is not
Are
true.
you on
Do
like
have
a parent Slack group or
Pixar
something?
didn't
What are you
happen.
worried about getting?
They have tattoos on their arm. Danny.
Danny's in there.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think
They
they
have
should
an
all.
old-timey haircut with some pomade in it.
Yeah.
Well, the joke's on
And rebel flags everywhere.
the joke's on them because
Also that.
people of every color, race, creed, and
Yes.
color wear the shoes.
I
But
think it was
it
a
sucks because they're
combo.
made in China now as opposed to
That's
they
true.
were made before.
The ones I'm wearing right now currently are OG.
For the Patreon
OG
subscriber,
England.
you can
Oh, wow.
see
You
can
those.
see.
For,
huh?
for the listener, we are now
those comfortable?
calling 911 to get
Yeah.
Danny. To,
My leg,
yeah, It
guys.
was- what at what cost?
Yeah. Yeah.
They have to be comfortable.
Right? Are they though?
I played
I love-
I
do
played
you like it?
basketball on mine.
No.
Yeah,
Come
on
on.
the upper east side of Manhattan, where I was the other day.
Do you keep
So what do
saying
you keep
snide?
saying snide of? I mean, like I get.
I
the
thought
first
I picked it.
time-
The first time I was like, maybe it was.
Josh and I looked
we
at
looked-
each other
yeah.
and like kind of grimaced, like idiot,
Mhm.
and then you just did it again.
Yeah.
I go through phases.
Yeah.
Like
But yeah. It's very casual the way you. The way you say
sprinkle
it.
it in there.
Yeah. It's very.
The way
Seems very
you
natural.
Make me feel.
You must have definite ideas about barbecue.
The way you turn
know, it's
me
funny,
on.
You really
I do.
turn me on.
You knock me off of
Mhm.
my feet.
Oh, my feet.
Lonely days I got.
The days are gone.
No, that's it. That's
Right?
it.
That's where
You
they're like,
have to end with that.
You took it too far.
All right.
But
Well,
you,
guys, thanks
but
for
you
having
clearly
me.
have strong beliefs about
Yeah,
barbecue.
I actually prefer. I used to always like tomato. It's got to be tomato based.
For sure.
But then after having Lexington barbecue in North Carolina, which is vinegar based, I was like,
I'm
know
a
what?
vinegar-based man.
Yeah,
for
I think
barbecue.
you don't feel as it's
Carolina
not as heavy.
barbecue is so good.
And dry rub to me is just like sprinkling sand on something.
What if
and
you-
being forced to eat it?
What if tomatoes and vinegar got together somewhere in the mountains of
That's got to exit.
Kentucky?
Although,
right?
It made baby
at what
tomato.
point is it just gonna be too runny? I don't know.
Yeah.
You just
I'm
have to
not
cook it longer so it kind of syrupies up.
You think
a
so?
little.
It'll syrupy it up.
Am I crazy?
All right. Well, I guess that's in the next adventure. We're gonna sign Morona up for a
Unfortunately-
barbecue contest in
Yes.
North Carolina.
That's cool. Yeah.
man,
Let's do it.
Stripped to the waist and
Jeremy,
sporting
I'm gonna-
an enormous fake accent.
Jeremy,
like
I'm gonna
Morona.
pull.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull Morona.
Wearing Doc Martens.
Write it
'cause
down.
You know. Yeah.
20 whole Doc Martens from
Yep.
high school.
Write it down, Jeremy.
Yeah.
We've,
Jeremy, did you
we've
get that?
I got it.
We've been trying to get some more adventures together. Our adventures have been pretty much Interstate 95 based at this point.
95 you can take forever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So we're not
Yeah.
ruling out Cape Canaveral.
You gave us an adventure. I mean, that's the we did a whole thing on our Austin trip.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which we used. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks.
We already used it, so don't talk too much.
But
more
I
about
wanted
it,
to
'cause we
get
don't
your
wanna
angle from it since
regurgitate.
we haven't.
Don't
heard
blow it.
Well, what did you can you
Well,
share what you
I can-
talked about
do you
so
remember-
I can either say like
You mean
that
you
Do
was,
didn't
you
listen to the
remember?
Worst
Do you
time of their
remember what
lives.
Mike did the last day?
oh yeah, I'll never forget it.
So let's do
I
that.
It's seared
Yes.
into his
you
memory.
know that was that was about as bold as they come. It's one thing if you're like with your boys and you're like, hey, watch this.
It's another thing if
Hey,
you're on a
man,
business
watch
Hey
this.
man, watch
trip.
this.
Hey, man,
What's it?
watch it.
Redneck's last words. Hey man, watch this.
That's right.
But yeah, you can I say? I mean, is it a
Yeah.
spoiler at this point? or-
No, it's all out.
You know, I couldn't believe. Oh, it was all out. Yeah, you.
Mike just keeps looking from side to side.
Yeah, you. I believe how it went was you're wearing no bottoms or undies or trunks in underneath your towel. And then you stood over my face while I was laying out in the sun, and I saw your nuts.
No, you did.
Yeah,
Is that
saw
true?
those little Irish nuts just like hanging. I'm assuming you're Irish.
Here in Ireland,
I'm assuming you're Irish.
from the looks of your genitals. I'm
Yeah, from the
you're
assuming,
Irish.
looking at those little nuts swinging around.
Here in
You guys-
Ireland, we just call them nuts. But
Yeah, yeah.
you can go ahead.
Do you guys remember The Graduate? I feel like that's in my head. That's how it went. Where
That's
there's a
how it
little
was
light
framed.
shining through his balls
That's how it
as
was
they wave in the
Yeah,
wind,
and it was just a Irish
Josh's face.
flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
That is very sweet.
yeah, it was just like an Irish lullaby, just clanking together.
So Dan,
but yeah, I couldn't. I
Dan had a
covering
hand
it.
on my towel, was
but he was
threatening to
in the-
rip it
yeah,
away.
Yeah, but and then you got in the pool with the
his
towel.
underwear.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
With
was
boxers.
wearing,
That's right,
Yeah,
the
he
boxers
was
you were
wearing
wearing.
boxers,
Oh,
but
that's
they
right,
they
that's
were
right.
boxers that didn't have a
I guess I
button.
was so scarred by seeing
was
a man
no
with
button.
testicles forced in my face that
Yeah.
I forgot the boxers in the pool.
You just
But also
had no
you were-
button, man. It was like the flap could have
Yeah, oh, yeah.
exposed at any time.
And also, we can agree the clientele there. I mean, it was like
yes,
I mean,
It was-
none of us had any business
No.
being around those people.
there was that couple that was practicing
They were
their
doing
like
pool
their,
acrobatics.
like, acrobat
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was that bachelor party with their
Bachelorette party.
Yeah.
Bachelorette
yeah,
party
oh, that
and
was
the
it. The
bachelor party.
bachelorette party saw your nuts for real.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I mean,
If you were
them.
if you were traumatized by my obviously Irish nuts in a Texas pool, call 1-800.
And let me know who your optometrist is because damn, you've got good vision.
Yeah, but also the thing that's crazy, it's like it's not important that those other people saw your nuts. It's
that you guys
the,
knew.
the publicist was
Yeah,
there.
the publicist was there.
was seeing your nuts. I was
talent-
seeing your
the
nuts.
talent coordinator was there.
None of you guys
Like
saw
the
them.
industry.
None of you saw
The
them.
industry there that was seeing your
The
nuts.
whole industry has seen my nuts if they watch Slackers. Actually, that was a penis puppeteer.
What's that?
I had a stunt cock for the
You
movie.
had a stunt cock?
For the movie, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
don't think Josh ever saw it.
We've talked about the film.
Oh, so we don't need to get into
Josh
stunt
never
cock.
saw Slackers, dude. Sorry.
He was 10 years old at the time. You leave him alone.
Yeah,
I don't think
My
so.
parent-
You're
we're the
you're
same, right?
34?
35.
5. I'm 36. Okay, where are you?
I'm 37. I'm not old.
Oh.
Guys, I'm 42.
yikes.
Get out, all
out.
of you.
Jeremy, why are you crying?
I don't know. You know what I did want to actually really want to talk to you about, and I want to get into the specifics of this, is the
How you could tell that Mike was Irish exactly? That
We figured that out. The testicles. Tiny.
Yeah.
No, the mascot thing. You were the official mascot
Oh,
of
yeah.
the Tennessee Volunteers. Is that
this
correct?
is awesome.
Here we go.
This is cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, Josh, I'm going to ask you to turn it on.
Okay. You can't see me right now because mascots
can.
never.
Yes, they can.
Oh, you can.
Okay, so wait.
Yeah.
Do you need a...
Oh, nice for the listener.
Oh, he's like,
Yeah,
Now
he's
explain that
summoning
for the listeners.
He's
Okay.
summoning Hulk Hogan. For
So
the
if you listen to that dead silence, well, that's because mascots.
And if you, want to
rule
see
what?
it, go to our Patreon account and spend
Patreon.com/Danny
$5,
and Mike with
and
the
you
ad
can
spelled out.
see
Okay.
this video.
Yeah, and
But
this
if you
is-
just want to hear it, I'll keep interrupting.
Yeah,
Josh.
but if pictures.
So
were-
anyway,
and
just
anyway,
kidding.
oh boy. So yeah, I was a mascot. You know what? I'm getting
It's-
out of here. This
no, no,
is-
no.
I'm being
I'm sorry.
I know
I'm
when I'm being
sorry.
made fun of.
I'm
Listen,
sorry.
you bring
I'm
me into
sorry.
here.
I'm sorry.
You show me your nuts. You,
I'm sorry.
Feed me seltzer.
you feed me seltzer. Listen, yeah, I was a college mascot for the University of Tennessee. Competed in a national mascot competition. It's
Home
a
of
real
the
thing.
Vols.
Home of that's a lot of people don't know that, especially in the North. It's like Penn State, Syracuse.
I could name them all.
Yeah, but no one cares about college
Nittany
football
Lions,
here.
Orange.
Nobody really cares.
No one cares.
No.
I can. Just give me one.
But
The Demon Deacons
Oh yeah,
of
Wake
Forest.
Yeah.
did you get to run out on the field every game?
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
100,
dude.
102,000
That is a
102,000 people running out
incredible
on the
perk.
field. I mean, it was wild.
Take us-
It was so loud you couldn't
What was the process of obtaining this this
to
position?
become.
Yeah.
I had to audition.
Tell us about
So
that.
I had 2 weeks left in high school. So I played football, basketball, baseball, ran track. I was in all the school musicals. So I was like, hey, I can combine these two, and I knew I could get.
I can combine these 5 passions
Right.
into.
Yes, exactly. And I wasn't very good at any of them. Right. I was like good enough in high school. Right. It's like,
But the sum is greater. The
Thank you.
Thank you. Like Voltron.
yeah. I mean, I was Danny Zuko in Greece. No big deal.
No big.
So I just want to throw that out there. My mom still says I was the best Danny Zuko she's ever seen, better than John Travolta, and she cries every time she watches Grease on TV. I'm like, Mom, he was significantly better, but she doesn't believe me. So anyway, so I knew I wasn't going to get an academic scholarship because I went to Tennessee public school. So I was like, hey, you know what I can do? I can audition to be the mascot and get a full scholarship.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that true?
It's true.
That's great.
Yeah. So I auditioned and I made it.
Wow.
And you have to like create a sketch. You have to, you do an interview process. You do improv. They give you like, props that you have to like do. They're like arcade. They're like Smokey.
And
'cause
did you know all that going into it?
yeah,
Did
so
you like have an idea?
All of a sudden, you're from the Great Smoky Mountains. What is Smoky? What is Smoky?
sorry, I just threw that like it was common knowledge. Although
All of us-
Smokey is one of the best mascots in the country. Anyway,
the bear.
no, it's Smoky. It's not like the Smoky Mountains though, which is really right there for
Because
the
I was
taking.
because I was confused.
I know.
you
So Smokey is a blue tick hound dog, and so I was the animated version of the blue tick hound dog. So
You were-
Tennessee Volunteers, the reason they're called Volunteers because they have a mascot, Davy Crockett, who led the
we
Tennessee, Battle of the Alamo, go Vols. Then we, what else? Oh yeah, so we had to have an animal mascot. So they brought all these dogs down on the field in like the 50s. This blue tick hound dog started barking. The guy who owned him said his name was Smokey.
All
So there it
the
is.
other dogs ran away, and
Yeah, there's like a bulldog. They didn't bark, whatever.
Weak.
Smokey's, yeah,
Get 'em out.
They're weak.
Harvard's got that one already. Give me Smokey.
give me old Smoke. It was actually old Smokey. Then they took off.
Yeah,
the
I
old
was
one.
gonna say how long Smokey been dead?
Well,
at this point?
cloning.
Well,
By
so it's
cloning, we've been
yeah.
able to keep the same
yeah.
Smokey.
There's a breeder, so it's the same.
The whole
it's
lineage,
same,
the whole
yeah.
lineage
Yeah,
of
we're on-
Smokey?
We're on
Lineage.
Smokey. I think 9
So-
or 10.
Wow.
9 or 10.
Are they?
Yeah.
I hope they're. It's how much inbreeding is happening at this point.
I mean, it's Tennessee, so you never know.
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's
a 3 to 1
Can't
ratio.
walk. Can't walk
Who-
properly.
yeah,
No, it's like
your
it's a-
first girlfriend was your cousin. Is that true?
Yep. It sure was.
We just lost Tennessee. Thank you,
Oh,
Dan.
come on.
No, I'm just
there's-
kidding.
he's-
That's it. Look, all those jokes come. They're,
Yeah,
I
get those too from Ohio. I'm just glad
Oh,
that
yeah,
you're
it's just-
getting them now and not me. So
Yeah, so
thanks,
this is
man.
great. Hey,
Appreciate it.
anytime, man.
You should be
Anytime.
on the pod every week.
Yeah. So I was a college mascot, competed in a national mascot competition, got second place. One point, I was the second best mascot in the country.
Wow.
Do you go to Worldies after that?
Go to what? Worldies? Man,
Are there world mascot competitions?
there aren't Worldies.
I know
that I'm aware of.
Dude, the Japanese have ill mascots.
Yeah, but
have you seen Freaky Fish from the Chiba Marines?
No.
It's like a big foam fish, and then
Is that like not like the Katy Perry the
not
two
like
sharks?
the left shark. No,
yeah,
it's like a big like fish, and then the mascot is wearing a skeleton bodysuit, and he just jumps out the mouth of the fish and
get out of here.
ejects himself. Yes,
But see, at that point,
It's
is
too
that
much.
Jeremy?
to me?
can I-
That's not really a
Jeremy,
mascot.
can I have a fact check? Please?
Yeah, that's too
That
much.
doesn't seem
What
like
am
a
I fact
mascot to me. That
checking?
doesn't seem like a mascot to me.
CHIBA
Mm-mm.
mascot.
It's entertainment. It's
Yeah.
not a mascot.
Oh man,
Yeah.
It's the same way.
This is an incredible
it's the
mascot.
same way
and you
that
guys
the
will.
God.
It's a gimmick, I think.
What?
You know? Which is
What was
also,
yours was energy. Yours
No, but
was
his was real,
enthusiasm.
and
But
it
it's
was
also
like,
yeah, because like also like do they sell merchandise of these? Like, do you squeeze the thing and a little skeleton pops
I
out?
bet.
Jeremy, see if there's any merchandise.
Save me, Jeremy, please.
Tell me what to search for because I've lost it already.
Chiba, CHIBA,
This is great podcast.
Marines,
What happens here?
MARINES, mascot.
Okay.
Mhm. So
It's a weird fish.
Do you have any weird stories about having to be Smokey out in like a mall with like kids
or a
and,
graduation?
because as a
Mm.
mascot, I'm sure you had
Yeah.
to like do those things.
Oh yeah, we had to do 7 to 8 appearances a year. I mean, sorry, a year. That's not a lot. Not a lot. No, 7 to 8 appearances a week.
In addition to going
in addition
to
to
school,
there was in addition
you
to
had
school.
We had a full scholarship.
Full scholarship,
So I understand.
right.
Yeah, they can make you dance.
Oh wow.
Here's the.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm not
for the listener.
kidding.
There's a fish that the mascot's
But it's
coming
I
out.
was right.
Yeah, but I
it's the
mean-
best mascot.
It just seems more of like a
It's a-
gimmick
it's a
thing,
gimmick
you know,
thing.
it's not.
But you have to see him dance in
Let-
the field and eject
I
himself
know,
from
I
the
know.
fish.
But I mean, like, what's the? You know, I'm thinking
What's
about the
the
day
end
to day
game, man?
when he's at
What's
the
the end game?
What's
I'm
his
saying when
end
they're-
game?
when they're-
The seas will rise and swallow all the land, and then the fish will rule. I don't know what
Yeah.
you're thinking, man, but position yourself for the future by now.
Kevin Costner, Waterworld.
Word.
Paper. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Didn't watch
What's that?
Never saw it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
it's
did
fine.
see it.
That's the
I- it takes place on
It's
water.
water. Yeah,
Yep.
it takes place. in
that's
water.
it. There you go. Movie done.
I don't like sales.
Yep. Okay.
Pull your tail. What'd they do?
Oh yeah,
Like,
kids.
They
So,
must have
so, yeah, so
abused-
kids. So kids love to they forget that there's a person inside there. So what I used to do, because they like pull your tail.
Hey,
you know,
kids, there's a person inside Smokey.
No, you don't talk. What you do, you grab their wrist and you just put a ton of pressure so that they know that there's someone
yeah.
much stronger than them inside the suit.
Wow. I love
So,
the.
So
Yep.
being a Tennessee volunteer
aggressiveness.
mascot includes Aikido
Yep.
or some
So
other
you just-
types
you
of
just- and you
training.
can
behind their neck and push
Yep.
a
Yeah.
pressure
Yep.
point and they fall down.
pass out.
So yeah, so you're kind of they're like, oh, and you can just see the fear kind of swell up in them because they instantly realize, oh, this
there's-
furry
yeah.
thing is very strong.
So you couldn't
Go
be-
Vols.
Go
But you
balls.
in conclusion, go Vols.
Yep. I was also
And how many
mascot for
times did
New
you get
Jersey
arrested?
Devils.
Oh, is that true?
Did you not know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, New Jersey Devils NHL hockey
So
team.
how,
Is that how you-
were you Smokey all 4 years, or
Yep,
were you?
all 4 years.
So did anybody challenge you?
Yeah,
for
so I had to
Smokey?
audition every year.
I'm saying you have to hold the
Yeah,
crown.
yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
hold the crown.
Yep.
And then they didn't say at one point, like in December, it's like you're looking kind of fat. We
I mean,
we need you to
there's no
lose
way
weight.
when I would mascot, I would lose.
You would sweat. All
yeah,
the
I'd
time.
lose so much
Oh,
weight.
God.
I could eat anything I wanted.
But I'm saying, do they know that and then encourage you to like cut weight at the last second like a fighter?
Oh, like a they do weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Like a fighter.
Like a
They
fighter.
always- there's always one like.
Here's my boy
almost
Smokey.
Yeah.
There's almost.
I got a fighter for you.
He's the Rocky manager.
Smokey.
Yeah.
What you gotta do is you gotta get Josh to go to the crystal down the
We
street.
need
Just keep
speed.
eating those
Oh, yeah.
crystal
Greasy.
Oh yeah, we used to
fast
eat crystals now. Woo, get a sack
Crystals.
full of those bad boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're coasting.
What are you talking about?
The crystals is like it's
the
like
Southern
a
White
Southern
Castle.
White Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're significant because
Oh, it's
White
better.
Castle does ketchup, right?
It's better. Yeah.
See, crystals only has mustard.
It's like I'm in a different place.
Shout
All right.
out to White Castle who now has the Impossible Burger, veggie burger.
Shout out to White
Oh,
Castle,
nice.
which I thought would make a great
Hey, guys,
Zillow filter. If you're just looking for an apartment, you should just be able to put a White Castle filter on your
Shout out to
apartment
all
search.
the Brooklyn White Castles that no longer exist.
that aren't there no more and are now high-rise apartment buildings.
Oh yeah. Is there any more that you
It probably went out
No,
on
there's
Atlantic.
some in
right?
Queens.
Is there one in Atlantic? No, that one's
Long
gone
Island City
too,
has
right?
them.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying they're just out of Brooklyn now.
This is like Giuliani kicked out all the porn shops, and they all
and De
they all
Blasio
ended
kicked
up,
out all the White Castles.
They all ended up in Sunset Park. Everything is in one block that nobody knows about.
Right by the bowling alley with the guy in the tuxedo. Who I don't know if have you been to that Sunset Lanes or whatever? It's
Oh
in-
no, people. It's like the old.
Yeah,
Right.
There's a guy at the bar who wears a tuxedo most of the time, and he's kind of. I guess Tom went in there, buddy. Tom went, and the guy was a real asshole to him.
Wait,
Which
really?
Was
Yeah,
Tom,
I guess
was
that's-
Tom wearing a
Was Tom getting a
tuxedo
little
too?
drunk? No, Tom was
probably.
probably wearing sandals and was immediately like,
Yeah.
I'm in a
Hey,
tux
Jesus.
serving you
Yeah.
beer and you're wearing sandals. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Hey Jesus, go take a hike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, hold on. I want to go back.
Okay.
We're
Veering.
We're very much veering away from the fact that
Now
Josh
you
said that
now
he
you
was
lost 50 pounds
Jesus,
of weight
hold on,
as the
hold
New
on,
Jersey
hold on.
Devils mascot.
Nope.
You
no,
said you
it was-
lost 50 pounds of water weight.
Yep.
Hey
all-
Mike,
Yep.
I just want to hear these fucking stories, man.
These are
Stop
great
cutting them
stories,
off.
Yeah, I
I'm
have a
gonna
lot.
stop
I have a
cutting
lot
them
of.
off.
I'm trying to think of any good. Like, yeah, mascotting in Miami was a hot one. We used to get per diem. Like, you get like $150 for food, and as a college kid, you're just like, hell yeah, we're gonna not eat and just keep the money. And so we'd also bet each other. It's like, hey, if you do this, I'll give you. One of the cheerleaders was like, hey, if you can wear the fur. So there was Smokey had a couple outfits, right? You had the fur.
Please do tell.
Yeah. So you had the kind of classic Smokey look is a long fur. It's you
the
put on
dog.
the hands and the feet, but then you zip up the fur and then you put like a football jersey over it. So that's
Put a
kind of
head,
like
you wear a head.
yeah. And the
There's
head.
a dog head.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's fiberglass. There's no fan inside. The suit weighs about 25 pounds. It's I think it's like 30, 40 degrees hotter inside.
It all
than
comes
it is.
back to Dragon Ball Z.
Yep. Oh boy.
Take it easy.
I'm trying.
I can see it. It's swelling up. Yeah. And so that was super hot. But we also had a tux that you could like put on, and then the tail goes out the back. So you wear a clip-on tail. Is what I'm trying to say.
So
as
you're
a-
just wearing normal clothes essentially with a clip-on tail and the feet.
Right, feet, hands, and
Hands,
head.
head.
Right, and then you just put so really you can wear whatever you want,
Right.
as long as there's a hole for the tail.
Clip-on tail.
But one
Yep.
time a cheerleader bet me.
Oh yeah, so one time a cheerleader said we were in Miami. It was a home game.
Okay.
Miami was afternoon, so it was like a 12 o'clock kickoff. I mean, it was just sizzling. She was like, if you can run because I ran the team out every game. She's like, if you can run the team out and mascot the first quarter all in the fur, I'll give you all my per diem. And I was like, so I mean, that's some good. That's $150
Yeah.
on top of the $150 that I get. Come on, this is good time money. So I was like, I got this. I ran the team out, and I just started hyperventilating. It was so hot. I immediately ran into the locker room. The trainer had to give me electrolytes that she gives the team to make sure, because I started cramping up. I couldn't do it. I
He was cramping.
I could not do it. And I lost 5 pounds that game.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when does the sex happen?
Well, let me just tell you about.
Oh yeah, mascots,
So you-
they're
so-
around.
so what did you
cheerleaders
eat?
all
Yeah.
the time.
What did you eat now that
You're
you lost
like
your
in the
per
midst of
diem?
The action.
Yeah.
You lost your per diem.
Yeah, just
didn't you?
electrolytes. That's all.
That was all you ate.
Yeah,
huh?
just
Well,
yeah.
Pure.
Just
Pure,
sodium,
just
electrolytes.
potassium.
Yep, just potassium. Yeah, there was no sex, guys. We
Surprising.
There's
Yeah,
a,
not
but there's a
surprising.
cutout
There's
in
a
the
whole-
suit
think about,
in the
but
front.
think
Well,
about
there's a whole fetish for that
Think about
now.
your most.
He was ahead of the game.
Yeah, think about now. People would get handsy with you. Like certain people, you could tell like they were into it. So
Is
you
that
would go,
real?
when
Is that
you
for
go
real?
out, and you go
And you
out
would
in the
put
stands, people get a
very
little handsy.
strong pressure on their
Put-
wrist.
exactly, which turned them on. They were like, "Ooh, someone is stronger than me." In here. Yeah, I was like, "No." Sorry, that peaks. I know.
No, you're peaking.
Yeah,
you didn't peak.
Yeah, I
Keep
was
going.
Like, oh,
baby.
yeah, baby. Yeah, that backfired. Yeah, they were like, "Ooh, I want someone to dominate." So, but yeah, I mean, it's like when you go to the gym, right? You're on a treadmill. The last thing. It's not like, ooh, here comes Jeremy, red-faced and sweaty as hell. Let's go fuck.
Yeah.
It's it was.
It's oh my god, that guy looks sick. Get out of
yeah,
there.
it's like, is he smells.
So it was
Oh,
more,
we got to go ride a bus back
So
with
it
him
was
for
more like
2
a-
hours.
it was
Now I
more like a-
understand why you were so intense about the deodorant and antiperspirant.
Yeah.
Huge.
Oh, so at that time, what was a lifesaver? Axe body spray. You better believe it was a mascot's best friend.
Wow.
I just like crank up that, what was it, like gold some like weird name.
Stupid. name.
gold latex. What was
something-
that?
Yeah, gold latex.
Gross.
That's the insider
gold
information I
latex.
want.
Yeah, but I used to just, man, just bathe in that stuff.
Do you remember?
It might have affected your brain because this was like a developing time.
Yeah, that's
college.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Probably no worse than weed or something. Yeah,
He's right. No, he's probably right.
Yeah.
Short molecules.
My mascot experience is Beverly Hills Cop. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So they're at Disneyland or whatever, and so there's a whole underground of
yeah. Which I think
mascots.
I just for the record, I think Disney mascots are just bullshit because they don't really. What do? They're out there in like 40-minute intervals or something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
but
then
it's
they, like,
also hot. What are you doing?
Yeah, but they don't
you're
do.
running, you're
I'm
running
running-
around.
I'm a-
you're shooting.
Yeah, I'm like going
the
around the stand. I'm like doing
t-shirt
sketch.
guns.
Yeah, come
you're
on,
doing
give
all
me
that
a
Did
break.
you have t-shirt guns?
You had
Yep.
to pack them
Yep.
with powder, with
T-shirt
black powder
guns.
and
Did you
cotton
get
wadding.
a chance to use the t-shirt gun?
There's
before
actually
you
a whole-
actually used it.
There's
Or is
actually a
like,
whole
you get to
site.
test
It's
it?
called I think it's GameOps or something.com. But there's just all of like all those things that
They
you're
have,
like,
they have thermal
Wonder if
scopes.
you can buy that.
yeah,
you can buy that.
They have
yes.
thermal
Yep.
scopes. They
Thermal
have
imaging.
Yeah, they have what do you call it? Night vision
yeah,
scopes.
night vision scopes
for night games.
Mhm.
Can you get four-wheelers?
Yeah. Actually, I used to, my first day as the Devil for the New Jersey Devils, they were like, you're from Tennessee, right? You know how to ride a four-wheeler. I was like, psh, yeah. They're like,
Oh shit!
I'd never rode one in my entire life. So they're like, great, we're going to ride a four-wheeler on the ice tonight
What?
and shoot out
amazing.
T-shirts. And I was like, yeah, it's going to be great.
Donuts.
So all day, I'm like trying to like get a feel for this four-wheeler. I was like, okay, I do know how to drive a clutch. Similar, boo, give a little clutch, little gas. I got this. Kept killing it. So I was like, great, now I got to get in suit and do this. Keep in mind, first day
As a devil.
as the Devil. It's opening night.
Did you beat a bunch of Jersey guys out to do this? Was it
funny,
like a shame because
funny
you're
story,
from Tennessee?
Funny story. So the guy that beat me at nationals was Sparty from Michigan State.
Sparty.
Fucking Sparty.
He went on to be the New Jersey Devil.
After
And-
you?
No, before me. Then he quit to become a lawyer.
Couldn't take
Went
it.
to law school.
Couldn't
He's
take
now-
it,
yeah,
Sparty.
he's now a lawyer.
He kept the mohawk though.
Yep. There was an opening for the Devils gig. So I knew the guy who's a Nashville Predators mascot. He was a former Smoky. He contacted the guy there who used to be a Carolina Hurricanes mascot, who was
This
now
is like a whole bunch of mascot dudes sitting there being like
yeah.
drinking their scotch.
Oh, yeah.
being like, oh, remember
They were
the
like, hey,
days?
they were like,
They have those like hand scratchy things, just getting their hands ready.
Exercise
Yep.
in your hands.
Squishy balls. Call back to yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, yeah. Somebody screamed outside. You can edit that out. Anyway,
Once again,
you picking
someone
that up? Doesn't
screaming
matter.
at-
Yeah,
doesn't
okay.
matter. Who
Doesn't
cares?
matter. So the guy calls and he says, "Hey, I have a guy in New York. He used to be a mascot. He's a good one. You guys are looking like you should give him an interview." So I sent my mascot reel, my mascot resume. I had both, and I
So
interviewed.
like a diorama was.
Yep.
was your-
Yep.
Something
Did you
from
get- it was
Rushmore.
like, here's a VHS and a diorama of everything that I could do with sweet little cutouts and your fucking signs
Pull
and
on the
shit.
pull on the strings
Pull
to
on
see
the-
the
yep.
see the dances I did.
It was like, yeah, it's those, what was the pop-up books? Yeah, that's what it was.
Your
And you
resume
pull
is
this
a
and then
pop-up
like,
book.
there's a t-shirt that flies out of the gun.
It worked.
open
Your submission was accepted.
And I had 3 interviews. I had to do like,
did they pay you for the
I
second
interviewed with,
callback?
I interviewed, they did not pay me for the second callback.
We got to organize mascots.
Yeah,
we got to
yeah.
organize the mascots. It's time for SAG.
Yep. I interviewed with Lou Lamoriello, who was,
That's crazy.
which I had, keep in mind, I had no idea what hockey was, who this man was.
Yeah, what is a
But
what
the
is
way,
a Lamoriello?
but the way people cowered in front of him, I knew he was important.
Yeah, man.
And he was like, he goes, so you won't be the mascot? I don't know. Is that what voice? I don't even know what.
That was
Let's go with
Just
that.
go.
Just
you
go
got
with it.
that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, you want to be the mascot? What do you? He's like, what do you do? And I was like, I could ice skate. He goes, you know how to ice skate? I was like, yeah, I know how to ice skate. I was like, I mean, I'm not doing triple axles or anything. Keep in mind, I only used to ice skate when I worked at a daycare and when I take the kids ice skating. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm no Olympic skater, but I know how to do this.
I have trailed
Yeah.
15
I train
3-year-olds.
kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right. And he's like, what are you doing in the city? I was like, oh, I do like comedy stuff. He's like, oh, you stand up? I was like, no, I do more, like sketches and improv. He goes, I see you a sit down. And I was like, yep. And he goes, all right. He goes, well, you can start next week. And that was about as long as the conversation went.
Wow.
And then I only realized
you ever
later that
see
he
him
was
again?
like, oh yeah, he used to make me wear a suit to the
Did
office.
Spotty say anything about me? Did Spotty say anything about how he left?
Yeah.
He
Yep.
made you wear a suit.
Yeah, I always had, because I had, as part of being the mascot, I was a
You
game,
travel with the team, right?
I was a game entertainment like assistant on top of like being the mascot. So I had to come into the office.
I hope that
every
was
day.
bonus.
Right,
pay.
you had to go to the office every day, so
No,
you're
it was-
commuting to Newark every day.
Every day. No, it wasn't Newark.
Oh,
It was
that's right.
East
yeah,
Rutherford.
Yeah, duh.
Oh, Lord.
Right.
That's right.
But I was living in Harlem, commuting to East Rutherford every day.
Express bus,
Uh,
New
Yeah.
Jersey Transit.
no, there was like 2 stops. Yeah, it was like 2 stops in the. Anyway, so yeah, so my first day I had to ride a 4-wheeler out on the ice.
Wow.
And I'm back. I'm in the tunnel, and the team's like getting ready to like, the whole team's behind me. I'm in the tunnel. I'm looking at the ramp, thinking like, and in full devil costume, like I've only killed this thing all day long. Keep in mind, I've never drove a 4-wheeler, and I've never been on the ice with a 4-wheeler. So I was like, all right, okay, I can do this. And I'm like, then the lights are, go down. They're getting ready for the game. The lights are like, go, yeah, yes, yeah,
Devil!
He said this, and I quote, because the announcer goes, ladies and gentlemen, the devil that never ceases to amaze you, NJ Devil. And like, I was like, here we go. Gave it some clutch, gave it some gas, and killed it. So now I'm just sitting.
They stalled out.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there, not moving, while there's like nothing happening on the ice. Lights are like going across the ice. The whole team behind me is just like looking at me like, come on, man, we got a game to play. And I'm panicking. I'm like trying to give it clutch, give it gas. And I finally give it way too much. Now I just fly. I'm like flying. Yeah, I'm Evil
Out of the
Knievel
rocket.
right off. Yeah, I'm like, I hit the ramp and right I'm in the air. I was like, here we go. And I hit the ice and like, I'm giving it so much gas. Now the wheels are just spinning out. And so now I'm just literally, I'm going nowhere, but the wheels are just kicking up ice everywhere. And I have a t-shirt cannon.
Destroying the ice
Oh, I'm
for the
destroying the ice.
game.
The ice is destroyed. And so then I just start sliding across the ice because I can only control it with the, I'm,
Yeah.
Then my t-shirt gun overheats.
yeah. So now I'm chucking t-shirts with one hand, trying to steer the 4-wheeler with the
Clutch,
other.
brake, and
Yep.
gas.
And
oh my God.
and now I just hit the side of the wall and I just creep along the side of the rink and like people are just banging on the glass like, yeah, like fucking devil.
we want spectacle.
Yeah, and they all think it's part of the show, which is the beauty of the mascot, right? Anything you do, if you just
That's
keep,
part of the show.
if you just you're like, chucking t-shirts and getting hype, people are just like, this is all planned.
So Smokey was Smokey. Were you like devilly or
So it's funny.
old devil?
They couldn't. Here's a fun fact. I wanted to change the name. It was just NJ Devil, and I was like, come on. I was like, what if we do like a fan
con? Initials
Yeah.
NJ
J
Devil,
Devil.
like NJ Burkett, our
Right,
local
see?
sportscast newsman.
Well, I don't know who that is, but
He's on one of the
okay.
channels.
It's okay.
Okay.
He's not a Cubs affiliate, so don't
Yeah,
worry
gotcha.
about it.
He's not on WGN. He don't know about it.
Yep. I'm sorry. You WGN or you don't watch, fellas.
So you wanted to, they hate democracy. They're like, no, we're not going to let the fans name him
Yeah.
something.
So they were like, no. I was like, well, can he at least have a number? He didn't have a number. And so now I know the instinct is to go 666, but you can't have that. That's like,
13.
nope.
Nope.
Gave him Smokey's old number, 00. And to
That's
this day, he's NJ Devil still has 00
Legacy.
Because of you?
because of me.
Come on.
That is
Put that on your resume.
That is 100% fact.
Put that on your regular, put that on your mascot resume
So if you're
and
ever-
your regular.
We're going to
resume.
see. Well,
So if
for the listener, this will be afterwards, but tonight, the Devils are do or die.
Oh,
They don't.
yeah.
They're playing tonight.
Josh,
so
they
he
need
will be
you.
there.
Josh.
Gosh,
they
if
need
we're talking about this
you.
right now and they win, I'll attribute it all to you.
Okay. And if they
Attribute
lose,
it all to you. You have to go back to college.
And then
you have to pay back. You have to pay back the scholarship.
yeah.
But you
money.
have to go to Michigan State.
I bet you.
had a nightmare.
At the end of the day, it's a judgment for the defendant. Thank you,
Yeah.
Your Honor. And he takes off a fucking helmet because he
Yeah.
still wears
'Cause
the
he's-
Spartan. Because Sparty still wears the
he
helmet
still
in court.
bleeds. What is it? Green
Green, yeah.
and
white.
State.
Yeah.
Silver, I don't know.
So I have a question.
Oh boy.
I'm just gonna go back to when we were talking about going to like meet and greets and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
mall. For the Devils, because the Devils are like North Jersey's Devils, but South
Oh, yeah.
Jersey's
And the
is
Trenton-
Philly and Trenton, like
yeah.
like I know that so anytime I'm like driving through, South
were you
Philly,
warned? Were you warned to stay at a Flemington?
You don't see like devil's things or anything like that, but some of that, like it's still the state. Like you still have to do it.
Oh yeah,
right?
you're in Philly's country. You know, like you're looking.
They're like you're like Flyer fans.
Oh
being
yeah,
like, who the fuck you?
Oh yeah, kids cursing you out.
Hi, my name's Nortimer
Hey, Nortimer.
Jenkins Devil. Nortimer Jenkins Devil.
Hey,
Jenkins.
why don't you go fuck yourself?
Hey.
I don't. The obvious. I'm going back to the. I'm sorry, nickname, but the obvious would be JD, right? Call the Jersey Devil JD.
JD Devil?
New Jersey Devil.
JD.
JD.
Well, then he would be
It's
Jack
it's actually not
Daniels.
bad.
Yeah, it's really good.
You know what?
It's not bad. It's really good.
You're from
JD.
Ohio.
JD's
Whoa.
like
Slow
that
down,
does sound like-
Buckeye.
JD
Yeah,
Byrider.
Okay, slow down, Buckeye.
either Brutus.
Were you
Brutus
feeling
Buckeye.
were you
Classic.
feeling undercut by Sly? The
Silver
New
Fox?
Jersey, the New Jersey.
No, I
ones?
did all his birthday parties. Like they would do the Nets games, and he would have like the slides.
Posse.
Yeah, and so we would all like
He had
all
to
the
do
local.
a lot of
so,
work,
like,
man. He had
Swoop.
to actually like.
Oh, yeah, he
had
did.
to dunk and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah, I didn't dunk. We did play musical chairs though, and I
You
beat
did?
Swoop, the Eagles mascot,
Hell yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles mascot.
What about
beat
that
him.
Jet thing? No, they don't
But-
have a mascot.
Oh, actually,
God, I
here's
gotta
another.
get my hands on
No.
your iPhone, man. You gotta have
Here's-
Rolodex of characters.
Well,
I bet.
here's the thing. Here's the thing about New York sports teams, right? Jets, no mascot. Giants,
No-
no
no
mascot.
cheerleaders.
Yankees, no
No
mascot.
cheerleaders.
Mets, Mr. Met.
The most beloved mascot in sports
Which
history.
classic. You're
Besides
an
the-
ambassador of the program, right? So when Mr. Met flipped off that kid, remember there was like a photo of it.
I love
That's
that.
why you
can't
come
do
on.
it.
You don't
can't
do
do
it.
it.
Did
Come
he
on.
get fired? That guy? Do you know?
I don't know. I actually used to
Not
know
only was
the
he
guy.
fired, they didn't make it in the playoffs. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah.
on him. He's our.
Speaking of causes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Clauses?
What's that?
causes.
Causes.
What's that, JD?
JD is a perfect name.
All right.
Jersey Devil.
Devil.
It's fine.
I don't know.
I like
I don't like-
Nortimer.
I don't like
I
it.
like
JD
I don't
sounds
like
like
it.
that.
I don't like it.
annoying roommate.
Nortimer Jenkins Devil, attorney at law. I work with Spartman and
Yeah.
Devil.
Wow.
Yep.
So what happened to you? Why did you stop doing?
Why did stop doing the
Why
devil?
did you stop?
Who did
and
you
why
hand-
didn't you start going to law school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You handed it off to Big Orange.
Yep. So here. So they moved.
Good question.
Yeah. So they moved to Newark.
Right.
So so what I was doing when I was the devil.
I got
That's
eaten
great.
by a bear.
Yep.
Wait, where did you commute to? It wasn't Newark.
So what
Before
happened?
they were in East
Yeah,
Rutherford.
East Rutherford. Used to commute to East Rutherford. But what I would do, first of all, I had to buy a car for the job because I had to go all over the state of New Jersey. And for some reason, I bought a new Hyundai, which was a mistake. But I used to go drive into the city to do auditions, and like do commercial auditions, and then drive back
to Jersey.
So I'm like paying the tolls, paying a parking fee just to like,
Wow.
At the time, I was like, it's an audition. This could be my big break. Not realizing it was like a non-union, like, I don't know, one of those weird like pharmaceutical commercials.
Industrial.
Yep.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and I was like, but this is it. This is how I get discovered. Never booked a one, but I'm paying like, a big hefty fee. But I was still able to do it, right? However, when they moved to Newark, they started like tightening the ship a little. They're like, Josh, where are you going? And I used to always lie and say, oh, I'm washing the suit or I'm taking the thing. But then when you're gone for
I'm cleaning the fur.
yeah, I
of
mean,
the
I used to say that, and then it's like you run out of excuses, and then they're like, "It took you 3 hours, huh?" And then you're like, "Cool, let's just have you stay in the office." And then like,
part-time.
yeah. So then it got too. I couldn't pull it off anymore. I couldn't pull off the double. Like one time, I can say this now. I faked a hip injury and missed a game so that I could do a improv show at the pit.
Wow.
What I did for love.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
Jeez,
it was
you
an
are
improvised.
dedicated to
It
your
was like
craft,
an
sir.
improvised musical, and I was like,
Yeah. Shout out to loving your craft.
yeah. And so I faked
how
a hip,
many-
and so I actually went. I went through the whole. I actually went to work.
You committed to the bit.
I committed to the bit. I limped the next day at work because I missed the game. Like you just don't. There was no mascot at that game.
Right.
And so I limped.
Right,
I
that's
limped.
morale.
Yeah. So I
Wow.
limped to work, and I even went to like the team like chiropractor because I was like, it might just be like an alignment thing.
I need some stem.
And I actually went through with it. Went to the chiropractor.
He's like, nope, you're good.
Yeah, he was like, no, you're pretty good. He's like, you mind if I get an autograph though? My kids love Devil. I don't know why I made him Southern all of a sudden.
Southern Jersey.
Southern. Yeah.
No, they're Flyers fans. man.
NJD.
So anyway, so it was just like it got to the point where I couldn't Secret of My Success, that movie Michael J. Fox, where he's like doing 2 careers. I know it's a deep cut.
He's running back and
But I realize that no one's seen it.
How about for 90s kids, a little Mrs. Doubtfire at the same restaurant?
Thank
How about
you.
that?
So anyway, so I couldn't keep up with the bit, and I ended up just quitting. Yeah.
Well,
when did you start law school?
Still, I'm still waiting on the test results. So we'll see. What do you got to?
The
online.
I'm
test
out.
results?
I don't know.
You're
Don't you have
out-
to take a test? To
You're
get
out
in?
there
Pre-test.
somewhere,
Yep.
Sparty. I'll make you pay.
Yeah. So joke's on him and his law career.
Yeah. Judgment is for the
Do you
defendant.
think he got a phone call being like, "Who is this guy, Josh, driving all around
Who's
and
he
spending
think
all
he
my
is?
time
Yeah.
on this shit?" Lou
Who-
Lamarillo calls him up.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Dude,
Lou Lamarillo spends money for one reason. Lou Lamarillo.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
So how many seasons did you do that?
2 seasons, 05 to 07.
Man,
And so the new
Yeah.
season in Newark was 08.
right.
And I didn't. So I went over there with the offices, saw like the whole construction, but never did a game.
what if
I left in, I think, like July 07 or something.
what if Mr. Met got sick? Could you?
Could you jump in real quick?
Mr. Matt, that guy.
What?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, he doesn't. If you watch it, go to a game. Just watch him.
Just jazz.
He doesn't
hands.
really-
A
he
lot
doesn't-
of jazz
Don't look
hands.
at Mike and I and say go
do
to a
not.
game.
Yeah,
Okay.
we go to games.
Yeah,
We
watch
love,
him. You don't
we love the Mets.
You
I
watch
do
Mr.
watch
Matt?
him. I've been watching Mr. Met since I was
Right.
fucking born.
He doesn't really do much.
He doesn't.
Jazz
Wow.
hands.
He does a lot of stuff like walking around, but he does fire the gun off.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, if you haven't done 60 days, if you haven't been to basic training and learned to take apart and put back together the t-shirt gun, you have no
right.
you have no dog in this fight. You can't
Yep.
talk about it. So
Yep.
if you haven't walked in the floppy shoes,
Mhm.
if you haven't sweated
Yeah.
in the fur,
Yeah.
and put the t-shirt gun back together blindfolded.
Yep. Yep.
Underwater. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I wanted to know the deep down, dirty behind the scenes.
You have
of
one fact check
mascots.
left. You have
Yeah.
one fact check
Mhm.
left.
What is the furry mascot crossover? That's my last fact check. It's like
the
bacon.
furries.
Bacon is the crossover back to
Are you talking about
veg-
furries, like people who
Yeah.
like to
Dress up and
sleep
fuck,
with?
yeah.
Live as.
Were you ever propositioned?
No.
Do you think that there's a spray that people spray on mascots to turn them into furries? Like, now you can't get out.
No.
Axe body spray.
But you were immune. It's like
Yeah, I know.
they overexposed you
Yeah,
to
maybe
it.
I put on a little too much.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. I just can't imagine wanting, like, honestly, putting on the suit again. Notice I called it a suit.
Mhm.
I have
notice.
no desire.
Well, speaking of that, we do
No.
have a couple options.
Yeah, we do. We have
We have
one
a gingerbread outfit
yeah.
or a
Well, look,
wizard.
so yeah, here's the thing.
And
maybe-
also
We
too,
do-
also keep in mind those like shitty ones that everybody's like screwing in. Those aren't like what I would consider mascot suits. Like
Those are
those are
like
like
costumes.
Yeah, those
this
are
is my
costume.
this is my dream of what what
Well,
Josh
you're
said
breaking
earlier.
Mike's mind.
Well, what Josh said earlier, I'm like, there's a super agent who is playing all of these mascot openings like a fucking puppeteer. He's like, oh, you don't want Sparty? I got Orange. You don't want Orange? I got the Hurricane. I got the Miami Hurricane. He's ripe. He's ready to rock. He's good. He's gonna come up north.
He's
and
young,
rock-
but he's good.
Yeah, he's
Young,
gonna
but
rock
he's good.
he's
He
gonna
can
rock
really
your
use those
world.
big. He's got those big
Yeah.
shoes. You know, he's got
Yeah.
a lot of.
You left some big shoes to fill in Newark,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you'd be surprised though the age on some of these mascots.
Yeah?
Like the Canucks mascot.
Lifer?
He was this. He was. I think at the time he was like 45 or something. And
struck by lightning.
Yeah, your body doesn't
Terrible
work as
story.
well at
45.
45. But
45 for
in
a math. Like,
2005.
yeah,
He's probably not.
I
The
like.
same
Yeah, he
mascot
can't be.
now.
He's
he's 90.
There's
though.
no way.
Still doing
He
it.
went into the hyperbolic time chamber right after that, so he hasn't aged.
Nice.
Wow, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah,
This-
so what
this
kind
been-
of...
plugs do you want to show
There you go.
us?
Oh yeah, man! I just did a solo mascot show called Never Talk in Costume that I'm gonna do again.
There you go.
But
You should definitely.
yeah,
do
I'm
it
gonna do it again.
I saw it, and
Yeah.
and I can vouch for it. I
Actually,
vouch
yesterday
for
he told me, he said, I saw that and it was incredible.
oh yeah,
No bullshit.
That's true.
Thank
From
you,
his
sir.
mouth.
Thank
Do you have
It
a
was really
you have a
great.
date and a venue for the
Um,
next?
I need to figure it
Carnegie.
out. But in the
That place
meantime,
that
you can.
did it at was great.
Yeah, I know. I might do it at the same place. Did the Wild Project Theater. So I might try to do it there again, and then maybe take it on tour. Do a little like southern school tour. Take it to the big colleges around football season.
you know that the mascots will be there.
Oh yeah.
It's like you have a built-in audience. Like going to women's colleges with the vagina monologues, you know?
Exactly. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Same script.
It is the same. It actually, I do the vagina monologues and the mascot costume.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
The
I do.
mascot monologues.
Yep. But yeah, you can check me out. You know,
What's your Twitter and all that? good
Twitter
stuff?
is Josh Lay. Insta. That's where I do most of my
most of your
most of my
stuff.
yeah. I'm not very Twitter
He's
active.
not very verbose. He's more image driven.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But yeah, I do like I do a series on Instagram called High Dive, where I go to a high-end cocktail bar and a dive bar, see which one's best. Mr. Tamborelli here did one with me, and
It was a lot of fun.
yeah, we got pretty Austined.
We got pretty Austined.
Yeah.
We seem to get Austined a lot.
Most times.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
Josh, thank you so much.
Yeah, these are some great stories. And
You also do the video countdown still, right?
Maybe I don't know when does this air? No, I'm just
Soon.
kidding. Yeah, we do a monthly sketch group Awful DJ. We do a show called the Music Video Comedy Countdown, where we definitively rank every music video ever made.
Yes.
6 videos a show once a month. It's at Three's Brewing. Yeah.
There
They've
you
been
go.
doing
We'll
it for
check that out.
27 years.
I was going to say they're on number 493.
Yeah, we have
now.
rated ranked 118 videos.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah. And the audience decides. We do commentary, and then the audience ranks them from best to worst.
Very cool.
It's not comedy, it's science, guys.
That's right. All right, Bill Nye. Nice to see you today. Thanks for stopping in.
Sure.
And, yeah. Well, any last parting words, fellas?
I learned a lot.
Yeah. This is the stuff I wanted to dish about. Yeah.
This is a good
Okay,
dish.
I still have fur
Good.
in my mouth. I don't know why.
Good dish.
Yeah.
It's a good dish.
We're going to record a mini now because it's 4:20. Do you want to hang out and partake with us? Not partake.
Yeah. I would love
that,
to.
but-
Yeah, as someone who doesn't smoke, this should be a lot of fun.
We'll have beers. You wanna
Okay,
have a beer?
good.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, cool. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/Danny and Mike.
With the ant spelled out.
And then all of our social stuff, all that. But yeah, thanks for everyone who has joined that. We appreciate it. And we'll catch everybody later.
And with the ant spelled out.
Exactly. Bye. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Bailey. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure and check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.